Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Caitlin and I do beauty videos and cleaning, organizing videos, and I am currently 26 weeks pregnant, and so I'm adding some pregnancy mommy related videos into my routine. So if those are of interest to you, I hope you guys stick around. Today we'll be doing a baby video. I'm going to be doing my 6-month pregnancy update. My symptoms this month, I felt the anxiety and the stress a little bit more this month, and there was a lot going on. My little Yorkie, Bella, had another UTI, and it was the first time I'd seen her pee blood, so that felt really stressful. And so on top of that, anything else that felt stressful just felt amplified. So I'm not sure if like the emotions of everything just feel more amplified right now, but the stress this month just kind of felt like a little bit more. And I was letting my nanny people know when I was going to stop work, and so that was stressful too, because when you're a nanny, you build this bond with this family, so it's kind of hard to think about like leaving them, like not working for them. And I know I won't ever not see them again. We'll still be friends and be in touch, because that's just how being a nanny works out usually, if you find a good family that you bond with. So that was kind of stressful too, because I was like, oh no, like, are they gonna be sad? Well, I think they would be sad. They told me that their son will miss me, and of course I will miss him too. So yeah, that was kind of like weighing heavy on me a lot. And my husband and I had to buy a new car. His Subaru went kaput all of a sudden, and it wasn't even that old, didn't even have that many miles on it, and the engine was completely gone. So he would have needed a whole new engine. He would have had to either get like a rebuilt engine or a whole new engine or something. So we just got a brand new, well, new used car, and we ended up getting a nicer car in the end. We got a Honda. Yeah, you like Daddy's new car too? We got a Honda CR-V. Right? Yeah, CR-V. So we ended up getting a nicer car in the end that will be better for the baby and taking the dogs with us, because in the Subaru it would have been a little tight with a baby and the dogs. We had a Subaru Impreza Sport, so I didn't feel comfortable having Dante in the back trunk area, but in the Honda CR-V, I would feel way better if he was, back there. I feel like he has just a little bit more leeway. So that was a little stressful, just knowing that we were starting over in car payments. We only have one car payment. My car's paid off. That's why I'm still driving my car, because I don't want 2 car payments. So that was a little stressful, but it's okay. We always try to look at the bright side of things, but sometimes it's just like, well, this kind of sucks, but we got a nicer car in the end. So for cravings this month, I have been craving, and this craving's gotten more intense, and I did talk to my doctor about it, but I have been craving orange juice and crushed ice, and I like Orange Julius. I'll drink an Orange Julius. It's so delicious. And the ice, the crushed ice had to be like kind of a certain texture. Like I wanted to be able to suck it up through the straw, but I still wanted to be able to like chew on it, which I know is like super detrimental to your teeth, but I'm pretty sure there's a reason for this craving, and I did let my doctor know that I was craving that, because I know that is a little bit of a sign of anemia. I'm not bruising super easy, and I mean, I am craving a few more high iron foods like oatmeal. I've always thought maybe I was borderline anemic before I got pregnant. I think I've always been in that borderline area, but have never came up positive for anemia. Just because I've had a few small symptoms, craving high iron food, craving ice. So, and iron pills are not easy on your system, and they're not easy to take. So I've always just kind of dealt with it because they're not easy to handle in the body. So, yeah, and the craving has gotten more just because the other day I started just craving snow. Like almost like the crushed ice and the orange juice wasn't satisfying me. I started just craving the texture of snow basically. So my husband got me a snow cone machine to satisfy me, and I made a snow cone and I ate it plain, and I poured some orange juice on it too. I put it in my Instagram stories, and it was so delicious. It was so good. So my doctor did say they're going to check me for anemia when they do my glucose test, which is in June. So we'll find out if I come up anemic. A couple of moms that I talked to on a mom's group of babies being born in August that I joined on Facebook, one of them said she had all those cravings and never came up for anemia. So, I mean, that could be a possibility too, but I feel like it's getting more intense, so I would be surprised if I didn't come up for anemia, or if I didn't come up in like the very borderline of anemia, just because the craving has gotten more intense to the point where I want to eat snow. And it was snowing here a couple days ago, and I was like, can I eat it? And Alex was like, no, you can't. Do you know how much bacteria is in snow? And I was like, okay, well, fine. Another thing that had started happening was I started feeling, and I did address this with my doctor too. My last doctor's appointment, that was probably the most questions I've ever had. Like every time I go there, I'm like, nah, I think I'm great. I'm fine. I feel great. And so I think this last doctor's appointment, my OB was like, wow, she's actually got quite a bit for me this time. But I did feel like this month I could feel almost like my daughter started balling up. That's kind of what it felt like to me, or like my muscles started balling up in my stomach. And I know at some point you start experiencing Braxton Hicks in pregnancy. A lot of people that I've kind of asked, they're like, wow, that seems kind of early. And then when I look, some people experience them as early as, I think, 16 weeks or something. And I guess it also depends on what number of pregnancy you are, too. Sometimes I think if you have had multiple children, you start experiencing them earlier. So I'm not really sure. And well, actually, I am sure because I asked her. But I'm not really sure when people really start experiencing them, like if there really is a timeline or if it's you just get them when you get them. I think that's what I meant to say. But I did tell her about that, and she said those do sound like Braxton Hicks. I told her they're not painful. They're just weird. They just feel weird. It just feels a little strange, and it makes me stop and like go, that's just weird. It's not uncomfortable. Just, I don't know. It just feels weird. I guess it is a little uncomfortable because it feels weird, and I've never experienced anything like this before, so I'm like, ooh, I don't know. But she did say that's kind of what it sounds like is happening. And I know some women say it just kind of feels like your belly is tensing up, and you can feel it. Like you can feel my stomach getting hard when it does happen. So more than likely that's definitely what it sounds like. And that's what my OB kind of thought too. And she said, if they ever get painful or consistent, just go lay down on your left side. And they've never been consistent. I had a ton of them yesterday, and then today I haven't really experienced any. And I've noticed when I have to go to the bathroom, a I'll start kind of feeling that sensation. So I don't know if it's just me, like, oh, you gotta go to the bathroom, it's getting full in here, or if it's like a Braxton Hicks. So, you know, everyone is different in pregnancy and experiences everything differently, so it's always hard to tell. All right, and another symptom I've been experiencing this month are my ribs hurting. There have been a few days, and it's not every day, but there have been quite a few days, more than none, that I've just felt uncomfortable all day long. And I'm not sure if it's because I can't seem to find the right situation up here for me in the bra department, because we all know this starts to change, get heavier. So I'm not sure if, probably more than likely this may have caused it, but I've also noticed it when I don't wear them. When I wear underwire bras, it just feels more painful. So I totally see why women who are pregnant or nursing don't wear underwire bras, because I was like, I've never not worn one unless I go to, you know, unless I'm sleeping. I wear like a sports bra, or working out, I'll just wear a sports bra. But in an everyday dress, I would always wear one, and now I definitely see why women don't. So it's just uncomfortable, and I've also noticed sometimes that happens when I'm sitting at the computer editing for long hours, so that could be kind of it. It could be like my posture, or just the way everything is. The one day that I was super uncomfortable, I was at my mom's house, and I was almost in tears, and she was like, "What do you need me to do?" And I was like, I don't know, honestly. So, you know, I think it's just a pregnancy thing. It's just your rib cage is, maybe it's expanding, or, you know, the situation up here is getting larger and getting ready to feed your baby. So, just uncomfortable a couple days here and there, a lot of days here and there in that area that I've felt. So I always thought that being pregnant and growing a baby would be cakewalk, but this isn't easy. This is really, this is hard, and I'm someone who really likes to be in control of things, and I have no control of anything that's going on in there. So that's been really hard for me. So pregnancy hasn't been easy for me, and there are some days I really love it, and there are some days I'm like, man, I can't wait until she's here. A couple other things that have kind of been recently happening this month, symptoms-wise, is my hair. I felt like I don't know if you guys can even really see. Maybe a little bit you can kind of see. I feel like my hairline is getting thicker, and my aunt is a cosmetologist, and she went to beauty school for hair and all that kind of stuff. So she told me yesterday, she was like, you know, I was actually going to say something like, your hair looks so healthy and thick, almost like how it looked before I graduated high school. I had really thick, nice, healthy hair, and then I went on a bunch of medication that kind of messed with it a little bit. So I know that during pregnancy you eventually stop losing hair, which I've noticed, because if I go like this, I'm usually not pulling out any hair whatsoever. So this postpartum hair loss may be a little traumatic for me, possibly, just because I was like, wow, like, look at how beautiful. It's so pretty. And so then when it all starts coming out, I think it's probably going to be a little traumatic for me. So I'm expecting some tears, possibly. And then the other thing that's pretty recent that I'm gonna talk to my doctor about, just because it happened after the last appointment, I've noticed these hot spots on my knees. They're like rashes on my knees that are hot to the touch, like on fire, and they're not, it never favors a knee. It's never like always starts on the right knee or always starts on the left knee, or I always get it on both knees. It's only happened to me twice that I've noticed, and not really sure, but I'm gonna ask her just to kind of see if like that's like a symptom I should be concerned about. When my husband sees it and when I told my mom about it, they seemed a little concerned. I wasn't really, until they were like, that's weird, you might want to address that. So it's uncomfortable because they're on fire. So it is uncomfortable, but it's only happened twice, and the first time it happened, it started out on the left knee and migrated to the right knee. And then the second time it happened, it was only on the right knee. And each time, it only lasts, I don't know, it always happens at night when it does happen, and usually it's gone the next day, like nothing ever even happened. So I'm not sure if it's because, I'm carrying around extra weight, so it's putting strain on my knees. And so at the end of a day where I've been walking around a lot and doing a lot of things, that's the inflammation coming out. My knees never hurt all throughout the day. They never feel uncomfortable. The only time they've felt uncomfortable is when that has happened. So I'll talk to my doctor about it, and then I'll update you guys in my 7th-month pregnancy update so that you guys know, in case you're experiencing it too and you're like, is this normal? What is happening here? I don't know. I've never experienced that until pregnancy, so I don't know. So let's do a bump shot. Alright, so I know this may look strange, but I figured you guys could see it a little bit better without my dress. So here's my little girl. She is getting big and kicking hard. I think we're getting a little hungry, so yeah. My belly button is almost an outie. It's almost there, so we're almost there in the belly button department. It's a little strange looking, but beauty of pregnancy, I guess. I will see you guys next week, and as always, live life in full bloom. Bye.